You have an exceptional quality, a presence so magnetic that it begs to be felt. You don't just stroll into a room, you alter the environment, demanding attention with an almost supernatural force. The energy you convey cannot be ignored or discounted. It resonates like a symphony in their heads long after you go. You're not merely seen. Your experience has been detected. When strangers cross your path, they are impressed by more than simply your look or words. It's the way your essence jolts them awake, disrupting the monotony of their environment and eliciting feelings they can't quite identify. Whether it's an overwhelming want to come closer or a quiet interest that has them examining every aspect, they sense your importance on a level that defies rationality. You inspire everyone not because you try, but because you can't help but exude something unique and unmistakable. This is not about ephemeral adoration, it is deeper. You arouse something in others. It causes people to perceive themselves differently, to feel more alive and aware of their potential. You remind us that genuine strength is not loud, but unrelenting, and it is what makes you memorable, of power that wakes, inspires, and changes just by being. So, own it, because the world cannot not but be attracted by what you provide. Connections often emerge in unexpected ways, as if destiny's threads weave moments together beyond explanation. Familiar faces resurface with an unexplained sense of purpose, while strangers seem to be bonded by an unseen attraction. They enter your life as if directed by an invisible power. These contacts remain in the minds of people, not because of superficial characteristics, but because of the fundamental significance of your presence. You challenge and encourage reflection in people around you, acting as an enigmatic prism through which people might see facts about themselves that they may have avoided facing for years. For others, the experience seems like an oasis, providing an implicit understanding that goes beyond words. For others, it is a spark that ignites an inner desire, driving them to rise to the vigor they see radiating from you. Your impact is never neutral. It leaves an impression on the thoughts and feelings of others, creating a resonance that lasts like a faint but persistent hum. Nobody who meets you is the same thereafter. The recollection of you becomes a quiet echo that returns uninvited. Serenity is the quality of freedom. You do not demand this, it just unfolds. As natural as the tides, you are an outlier in an everyday world, leaving people reeling from an experience they cannot describe and cannot forget. High achievers, individuals who have shaped the world around them, often project confidence based on their mastery and command of their surroundings. However, meeting you causes a little interruption in their steady attitude. Their typical clarity is blurred, and the very roots of their confidence seem to change. They, who are skilled at reading and influencing every environment they enter, are greeted with a novel sensation: vulnerability, which is neither frightening nor dismissive, but genuinely disturbing. Your presence serves not as a challenge, but as a force that opens doors that have long been locked inside their brains. It forces people to reconsider, to challenge the structures on which they have depended, and to delve into unknown depths of their own existence. Much like an exquisite song that cannot be ignored, you instill in them a desire to reconnect with elements of themselves. They've marginalized these people, who, while being unaffected by external factors, feel an unexplainable need to reconsider who they are and who they may become in a fresh light. Your effect extends beyond appreciation. It is a subtle trigger for contemplation. Their finely trained serenity collides with an invisible energy that they cannot define but strongly sense. For some, it is an awakening, a realization of potential that others have not realized. It is a mild disruption that prompts them to seek other routes. This isn't a vulnerability. It demonstrates the enormous resonance of your effect, which inspires even the most unflappable brains to explore new possibilities they used to think it was beyond of reach. If you experience an abundance of heavenly love in your heart, now is the moment to share it. You may help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and donating $20 or more. This wonderful gift will affect not just your life, but the souls of countless others via this platform. Each of you has a special role in God's big plan, and your giving will be the result of our prayers. Act now. Share your riches to exalt His kingdom, since you were meant to do much more in God's loving hands. May God bless you. There is something about you that does more than just attract. It drives transformation. Those who experience it feel as if they are entering an uncharted territory, vast and unfamiliar. Those used to navigating life with clarity, frequently establishing their own path, find themselves recalibrating under the weight of your presence. Your energy doesn't merely shake their confidence, it sparks a better understanding of their secret hopes and concerns. The remarkable are attracted to you because your demeanor exudes untapped potential and latent aspiration. The commonplace may pass you by, but those with deep understanding must halt, caught in an unnameable pool. Those that interact with your energy experience a force that stirs the depths of their being, questioning their conceptions of purpose and connection without any effort or aim. You instill in them a feeling of urgency, a desire to go beyond their apparent limitations. They are uncomfortable but inspired, compelled to go beyond the box and seize opportunities they may have neglected. What you provoke transcends transient ideas. You create a seed of change that grows in their very spirit. Even the most composed think about what might be rather than just what is. You instill in them a restlessness, a desire to advance and grow. This isn't just influence. It is a significant alteration that lasts much after the experience. Those who have been impacted by your presence have gone, adjusted their ways, and begun to question and search with newfound resolve. Even the most obstinate are transformed into explorers of their own potential via the calm intensity of your soul, not by force. Those who forge their own path, not for recognition, but because it is in their nature, gain a quiet but indisputable strength. You walk through the world with a deep feeling of self-reliance that inspires awe and astonishment. You seek satisfaction, not validation, by following your truth with unyielding commitment. You exude underlying confidence, an energy that expresses wholeness without using words. Rather of driving others away, your independence acts as a magnet, attracting individuals who are curious. What you divulge is deliberate, calculated, and designed to maintain the mystery that surrounds you. This enigmatic aspect remains in the thoughts of people you meet long after you've left, as they strive to figure out what makes you so appealing. Your presence seems perfectly crafted, as if each instant and action has a purpose, leaving an impact that is both permanent and elusive. To meet you is to confront a depth that seems infinite, one that simultaneously interests and challenges, compelling individuals to want a relationship, even when they don't completely understand what lays underneath. You are the light of the planet. A city located on a hill cannot be concealed. Matthew 514. Like a beacon that guides lost ships. Your presence is solid, cutting through ambiguity with clarity and purpose. Your look has a depth that unsettles and roots people, exposing realities they did not realize they needed. Without saying, Your intensity inspires respect and adoration, a force that pulls people in. You have an undeniable heavenly power that is distinctively yours, calling for others to rise. You leave an impression of adoration and apprehension, which stays in the thoughts of people who cross your way. Your presence carries a weight that is both inspirational and scary, not due to any purposeful effort, but rather as an extension of your natural power. People detect your self-reliance and steadfast confidence, which reminds them of their own limits. This awareness produces a dichotomy inside them, a yearning to connect with you and a simultaneous hesitancy caused by the dread of falling short. This response is triggered by the silent force of your presence, which encourages people to face their own potential rather than your words or deeds. They are attracted to the intensity you emit, but are unclear if they have the determination to match it. This internal struggle feeds a curiosity with you, making you both captivating and intriguing. The imagined divide between your world and theirs fuels their desire while also holding them back. You symbolize something bigger, an ideal people aspire to, yet worry they can never achieve. This tension is both compelling and disarming, and it assures that you will be remembered. A personality who effortlessly inspires and unsettles. The image you create on others goes beyond conventional comprehension. It is not a single feature or action that identifies you, but rather the perfect blending of your individuality, depth, and irrefutable presence into something completely unique. People are shocked not by conscious effort, but by the inherent power of your being. You change the dynamics of the areas you occupy, leaving people who meet you immensely perplexed and interested by the essence of who you are. Your presence cannot be ignored. It has an intangible impact, breaking conventions and exposing facts long hidden in complacency. You exude an unstoppable vigor that cannot be muted or disguised. It's not just adulation that follows you, but an emotional reaction to the energy you exude, an energy that challenges and demands, urging people to face what is underneath their surface. You do not only exist in a place, you have a far deeper resonance than that, exploring elements of human connection that transcend understanding. Your influence is clear, like a ripple that spreads into waves, changing everything in its path. You have a powerful effect on people that cross your way. In your presence, you often guide individuals to a turning point in their own path. They can't evade the realities they've hidden inside themselves. You act as both a guide and a challenge, revealing latent potential while challenging them to confront flaws they have previously neglected. For others, this experience is energizing, bringing a renewed feeling of purpose and confidence they'd forgotten. Others find it difficult to address their buried worries and uncertainties. Nobody is unaffected by your effect, demanding expansion, whether it is embraced or opposed. The intensity of your energy attracts not just people who adore and support you, but also those who are intimidated by your strength. The resistance you confront, both obvious and subtle, reflects the size of your importance. You are not just navigating life, you are actively altering it by confronting institutions and energies that thrive on stagnation and mediocrity. Your presence upsets complacency and challenges others around you to reconsider their choices. Even those who oppose you cannot ignore the power you represent. Their opposition is a direct response to the revolutionary potential you possess. You carry an energy that protects you from harm and directs you in every step. Even when the path ahead seems unknown, there is a deeper purpose driving your quest. The relationships you make are far from random. They are threads weaved with purpose. Each plays a function in your growth. Some people come into your life to encourage and support you, strengthening your resilience and improving your attention. Others provide obstacles, put your limits to the test, pushing you to develop in ways you may not expect. Certain experiences may function as teachings, with the message buried until the proper time to disclose its importance. Even those who oppose you have a role to perform. Their opposition forces you to define your objective and fortify your determination. Every setback, every hurdle, is not a mistake, but rather an integral part of your journey, a crucible in which your inner strength is formed. With each challenge, your presence becomes brighter, your effect more evident. The forces that oppose you weaken beneath the weight of your resolve, while you continue to climb, unwavering and indestructible. Before I produced you in the womb, I knew you existed. I set you aside. Jeremiah 1:5. Just as an eagle soars easily on unseen breezes, your path is guided by a spiritual purpose larger than you can completely comprehend. You were not meant to fit in, but to fly, carving roads where none exist. Your presence does not just travel through life, it changes it. You have been selected and reinforced to carry out a purpose that will transform the world and have a deep and long-lasting influence. With each stride you take, letting up of control is a deep act of release, enabling you to enter the flow. Your journey is guided by forces much bigger than yourself, not by a single effort, but by a goal that is aligned with something beyond explanation. The goal is to move in accord with the guiding force rather than against it. This necessitates clarity, the capacity to distinguish between what lifts you and what impedes your progress. Opportunities will arrive, some bold and unambiguous, sometimes subtle and silent. I am waiting for your attention. Recognizing them demands quiet and a desire to remain open. Receptivity is not weakness, but rather a strong decision to accept alignment over force by refusing to resist the natural stream. You realize possibilities you never thought conceivable. As you expose yourself to this condition, your energy becomes more expansive, magnetic, and less rigid. You'll observe that possibilities begin to converge smoothly, not due to demand, but due to your capacity to act as a conduit for their realization. The more you believe in this flow, the more it exposes roots that were always intended for you, unfolding in ways you could never have predicted, yet were destined to experience. Your actual purpose shines brightest when you let your inner self come through, uncensored and unapologetic. Before you say anything, your energy sets the tone, transmitting your goals via your acts and physical presence. Each action, purposeful or instinctual, reflects the core of who you are. A real look, a little gesture, or a genuine connection has weight that may spread outward, impacting people in ways you may not see. These tiny deeds build bridges, uniting hearts and triggering changes. However, openness does not imply giving up your autonomy. It's about combining your power with a desire to show your humanity. Independence is the cornerstone of your character, founded on endurance and persistence. However, vulnerability is what connects you to people on a deeper level, creating environments in which authenticity may flourish. Allowing people to look beneath the surface does not indicate vulnerability. It takes a brave act of faith to be honest in these short times. Connections are formed that go beyond surface connections, based on shared truths and mutual respect. You are not designed to face the world alone. Welcoming people on your path is a smart act of empowerment that allows the combined energy of shared purpose to achieve more than any solo effort could. When you accept vulnerability, it becomes a catalyst for development, not just for you, but for everyone around you. It encourages people to let down their guard, creating an atmosphere in which change is inevitable. What starts as a personal decision spreads outward, altering the dynamic between people and opening the way to significant and long-term transformation. Facing problems with aim and purpose is realizing that each obstacle you face is a planned part of your path. Obstacles are not random disturbances, but rather well-designed chances to test your perseverance, sharpen your vision, and prepare you for the bigger mission you are destined to perform. These times are not obstacles. They are stepping stones that encourage you to adapt, develop, and progress. With more clarity, every error shows new options, and every detour sharpens your comprehension of the route ahead rather than responding passively to events. You actively shape your world by uniting with forces larger than yourself. This alignment converts problems into catalysts, allowing you to live a life of deliberate creativity. Your mission is not some faraway, unattainable fantasy. It is woven into the fabric of your daily life, ready to be revealed in every action you do. When you accept this connection, your energy becomes a light, guiding people to their own constraints. Your existence on the planet does not leave it untouched. As you live in alignment with your mission, you have the capacity to elevate, drive change, and inspire bravery in others. The universe starts to open doors and match possibilities based on your courage. Each stage is a proclamation of your dedication to development and influence, creating a ripple effect of possibilities that goes far beyond what you can perceive. You contain incredible energy, and connecting with its flow is the key to attaining your full potential. To fully use this, you must create an open attitude, allowing events and energies to flow through you freely. Consider your essence to be a conduit that flourishes when it is flexible and adaptable, engaging with life's natural rhythms as a participant rather than a spectator, exposes the art of balance and grace. Consider the changing sands of a desert or the gentle swing of tall grasses in a wind. They demonstrate how to move with resilience, giving without breaking, using purposeful, intuitive movements. You relieve tension and encourage freedom, whether via movement, silence, or artistic expression. Allow yourself to remove layers of stiffness, stepping into a condition in which presence serves as your anchor. These actions of submission do not weaken you. They center you, aligning your mind and soul with the unseen powers that are leading you in this condition. Life no longer seems fragmented, but rather integrated, a synchronistic dance in which each action, no matter how tiny, leads to new chances. Every minute brings you closer to living a life that represents your own inner potential. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can help Him achieve His goals and be a part of this holy quest. Every contribution of $100 or more shows God's kindness, and I think it will return to you abundantly and far above your expectations. Remember His protection and blessings with each stride and every gift. You become a part of His divine plan. You are a powerful, dazzling entity, as solid as the massive rock that saw God's marvels. Feel the rewards of your kindness in your spirit and light up the world with confidence and bravery. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord lead you. Being responsive entails accepting the unplanned and unexpected events that come your way. Opportunities often come without fanfare, silently and discreetly awaiting your notice. Your responsibility is to recognize these moments and approach them with an eagerness to discover their possibilities. Embracing them does not imply mindlessly accepting everything that comes your way. It's about believing in the invisible forces that steer your path, and being receptive to the opportunities for development they provide. These transient opportunities often contain the spark of change, but they need your awareness and commitment to cultivate them into something substantial. Grounding oneself is the first step in developing this awareness. By focusing your energy and paying attention to how it flows inside and around you, you may better choose where to direct your attention. Notice how your energy changes as you engage with others or explore different environments. Observe where you feel elevated and where you feel depleted, and use this as your internal compass. This sensitivity allows you to connect with the people and situations that enhance your mission while moving away from what holds you back. Opportunities seldom appear in bold, clear shapes. They often blend in with the background. A short discussion, an intuitive nudge, or a silent pause that seems to contain a response. These situations are not just coincidences. They are crossroads intended to urge you ahead. Recognizing them requires sensitivity to the subtle rhythms of the world around you. Reflect on your experiences on a frequent basis, asking yourself what seemed meaningful, what insights emerged, and what lessons can you learn from these interactions by allowing for this reflection. You improve your capacity to recognize the strands of purpose woven throughout your life, enabling you to go ahead with clarity and intention. For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works that God planned in advance for us to perform. Ephesians 2:10. Just like a seed is given everything it needs to develop into a great tree, you are born with a destiny that was put in action long before you realized it. However, a seed does not grow when buried. It must push through the earth to reach the light, trusting the process even before it reaches the sky. You are called to do the same, to go ahead with trust and purpose. Embracing the divine collaboration that defines your path, each action you do is part of a larger plan, linking you with possibilities to change the world in ways you can't yet conceive. Your duty is to encourage people to develop, resulting in a ripple of change that goes far beyond what your eyes can perceive. You are created to spark and change action, to serve as a living example of what alignment with purpose can genuinely do. Your presence has a significant impact, not via unreachable perfection, but through honest sincerity. By embracing your greater calling and allowing your energy to flow freely, you create an environment in which others feel empowered to do the same. Your vulnerability is also your strength. Demonstrating that openness is not a weakness, but rather an essential component of real resilience. The locations that put you to the ultimate test are often where your influence is most needed. These challenges invite you to share your experience, not as a perfect story, but as a tribute to endurance and progress. Your narrative, with all of its intricacies, has the power to lead others by showing their own ability for development and connection. Each event, whether successful or tragic, teaches a lesson that might encourage others to find their inner power. By accepting your job, you turn from a seeker to a guide, a light for people on their own journey. Your voice, your truth, and your willingness to share become instruments that spread farther. You may never completely understand how you are influencing people's life. This is more than simply an opportunity. It is a duty that requires bravery and sincerity. The moment has come to take a bold step forward, knowing that your light is designed to enlighten much more than just your own path. It's intended to inspire a movement,